Nioh 3 is only days away from release, and here are some of the new things that you must see in Nioh 3. Yo, what's up, it's your man and only Stoltimon, and welcome to what you see in Nioh 3. First up, we have the character creator. As you can see, you can choose between a male and a female body types.
Watch the growth begin. Every late night, every failed stream, turn the lessons into gasoline. Cut the noise, build a real machine. Now the numbers climb on the screen.
The Nioh 3 has a much more in-depth character creator. We haven't spent much time in it.
One idea can start a chain reaction. One clip can cause insane.
The footage you are seeing is courtesy of the Red Bread. Link to his channel in the description. As you can see, each part of the body has a bunch of presets from the face to the body and the hair itself, where you can choose hair color, hairstyle, and the hair tips also. The game starts off by sending you to a training area to choose one of 4 weapons. My favorite being the Odachi. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite weapon in Nioh 3. Now the key pulse has returned along with the guardian spirits. The emotes are still in the game as well. We have yet to see if low stance, mid stance and high stance have been added to Nioh 3 as well. To be honest, that was one of my favorite mechanics in the game. A new mechanic that they have added is called Arts Proficiency. Once the circle on the bottom right pulls up, you can unleash a powerful attack. One thing that we also notice is your spirit turns into a weapon and can deliver a solid finishing blow. Another aspect that has returned is allies in the game can actually borrow you their guardian spirits. Shrines, as we can see, shrines are back with the Kodama on top of it, which means we will be collecting more Kodama. It's something I enjoyed in the previous games. And one of our old friends, Hattori Hanzo, is also back in Nioh 3. There's a new mechanic that they have added called Style Shift, and I'm not sure how I feel about this one, because in Nioh 2 you shift into a yokai, but in Nioh 3 you play as 2 separate characters basically fused into one, and you can switch between them at any point of your choosing. There's 2 styles that you have available, is the samurai style and the ninja style. Now the samurai is more of a tanky, hard hitting with the key pulse to recover stamina, but the ninja is very fast paced and does not allow you to recover stamina with a key pulse. Something new that we've kind of also had in Nioh 2 is the style shift and burst break. So when the enemy did a red attack, you could actually parry these with your yokai shift in Nioh 2, but in Nioh 3 your style shift becomes your counter parry break attack, which actually stuns the enemy, allowing you to deal some massive damage. Now, even if you started as samurai and then switched to ninja during the burst break, you could also switch back immediately to your samurai if that's what you prefer. Another thing we notice is that the enemies or bad guys in this game have guardian spirits of their own, but these look much more demonic. I mean, just look at this wolf spirit over here. That thing is insane. I wonder if we get to collect these demon spirits as well and use them in our playthrough. At this point, it shows us the 2 forms of Kusanagi, either the ninja style or samurai style, which gives a boost to one of your stats. Let me know in the comments which style will you be choosing, ninja or samurai. Personally, I think I'll be going with samurai. Now, I think we see some familiar faces and hear some familiar names that also have these dark guardian spirits, that one being a lion, which look insanely cool, and I wish we could also collect some of those for ourselves. With regard to inventory and equipment, it's pretty much the same as Nioh 1 and Nioh 2. The one thing that does change in Nioh 3 is that you can actually have 2 loadouts for each of your styles. Your ninja style can have its own outfit and weapon set, and your samurai style can have a different weapons and clothing set. We can also see that the stealth kills have also returned to Nioh 3. The other change that we notice now is that when you go to level up your stats, you'll see the affected weapon types for both samurai and ninja styles. And the weapons that have this orange glow to it, those are the weapons that get boosted by the stat. Another returning item is the Bloody Graves, where you can summon enemies to fight, and also the companion. And in the tutorial boss fight, we see some familiar names. Even though I haven't played Nioh in a good few years, these guys seem very familiar. Next up, we have skill trees. For each weapon, you have your skill tree set up. And in the samurai skill tree, we can actually see that you can learn the high stance, mid stance, and low stance as a skill, including a deflect skill similar to Where Winds Meet. We have something new on the map called the exploration level, where you can explore enemy bases, myths, crucibles, scampers, scats, finding Kodama, and a bunch of other activities as well. Another new addition we have to the game is these Jizo statues, and by praying to them you get merits, blessings, and other bonuses. So in terms of the yokai shift, we still kind of have it for a short period. It can probably be upgraded depending on the guardian spirit that you have equipped. I suppose that will be the form of your yokai shift, much like Nioh 2. Something else that is also new to Nioh 3 is the enemy bases, and after you take out most of the enemies, you will come across a mini boss in the enemy base. These bosses don't have any names attached to them. After taking out an enemy boss, you will get rewards towards an exploration level and find a key that you can open a chest within the enemy base as well. One thing that also has returned are the soul cores in Nioh 3, which you can use to upgrade the Onmyo magic. A new addition to Nioh 3 are the side quests that you find on the area map basically. For example, finding the Kodama obviously gives you the bonus and merits, and you can stack the bonuses at the shrines. And once you find the Kodama in the area, you will have completed the side quest. Okay, so something new to Nioh 3 as well is a area or probably a world boss. And here we see in the first area we come across one giant yokai called the Gaki Chief. Once the stamina gauge is broken, remember to run to the head to actually do the finisher blow. The boss also summons miniature versions, as we call them here in South Africa, Tokoloshis. The boss also stamps around and creates these yokai pools which drain your stamina, and you will need to use a key pulse to actually purify them and get rid of them. There's also another side quest called Insatiable Hunger, where you speak to the spirits of the departed, and after speaking to these spirits and find out what they went through and what happened, it will also add to your exploration level, and you will have completed the side quest called Insatiable Hunger and earn yourself a reward like Samurai Locks. And Samurai Locks can be used to upgrade your weapon skill trees and the Samurai skill tree. You will also come across these red glowing orbs or root in Nioh 3, and once you get rid of them, they will grant you special effects towards your Kusanagi or yokai transformations. Another thing we see is a epic level grave. Aside from the bloody graves all around it, we get a blood edge demon grave. This is probably like a unique boss fight that you can summon. When you head to some of these areas that the side quests lead you to, these like desecrated areas to find those red orbs, tainted lands so to speak, you will need to take out some enemies in the area and then obviously destroy the tainted orb in order to kind of like purify the area. Taking damage from these enemies will also cause life corrosion, which minimizes your total HP gauge. Aside from actual transformations, you also get guardian spirit skills that you can use as a attack. The red orbs are called crucible spikes, and once you destroy them, your spirit force cap increases, your guardian spirit skills, and it actually opens up pathways to new areas on the map itself. Some of these side quests will take you to areas where you defeat enemies and capture the enemy bases, and like in previous Niohs, you can enter the hot springs and see these red Kodama chilling in their bowls and get a buff from the hot springs as well. Another thing you will probably come across is random boss fights in certain areas on the map. These bosses actually have names. After taking out these named enemies, you will see a familiar title called Formidable Enemy Defeated. Another thing that is new in Nioh 3 is the Crucible. In the Crucible and lesser Crucibles, yokai attacks will be more powerful. Additionally, attacks by enemies will inflict life corrosion, which will temporarily decrease your maximum life gauge. However, the Amrita gauge will fall quicker here, and thus Living Artifact is easier to activate while in these locations. Additionally, yokai summoned by summoning seals will deal extra attack damage, which basically means these areas are pretty tough. You will also have more of an opportunity to do your yokai shift, but yeah, these areas will be tough. So these crucibles are actually dungeons, and once you enter these crucibles, you will kind of be trapped inside this area, which is more tough with regards to taking damage from enemies and probably facing the enemies in there. You will find these Bodhisattva statues that you can use to fast travel and leave the crucible. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of Nioh 3 so far? Have you played the demos? I haven't, but I will be playing the full game upon release. And yeah, I wasn't too sure about the ninja style, but after seeing it in action, it's kind of grown on me, and it's easily going to become one of my favorites. Most likely the Tonfa weapon mixed with the Odachi, which is my favorite samurai weapon.